Hello guys, the Coin here. I just hopped on to give you another update on the market. So uh, there was actually another dump that happened later in the morning. Looks like the market is starting to recover a little bit according to the Dow futures. BTC USD also had a little crash at 4 in the morning, at least my time as well. We're starting to recover now. Honestly, like I said, I still don't believe this is over. I believe that today will be more pain day. I might be wrong about this, but I don't believe this is it yet. I think more pain is about to come, but once again, we have to wait for it. So let me check the other markets as well. Let's see what commodities actually did. So commodities actually went lower as well, or not actually. So silver is hanging around here. Silver is hanging around a kind of a pendant formation. Take a look at gold. Gold didn't dump that hard as well. Let's take a look at the euro. Yeah, the euro looks like it wants to continue to go down. Let's take a look at oil. Oil also actually started to recover recently. Let me just check here. Yeah. Start to recover from here. Let's take a look at Brent. Brent, the same thing. I guess we're having kind of a reflexive reflexive recovery before we continue to go lower. That's what I believe in regards of the market. I don't think that this is over. I think this is just beginning, and I believe today will be the beginning of feeling more pain, I would say. Once again, I could be wrong about this, but let's wait and see. Check the futures again. Yep, everything is starting to recover a little bit here. So we have to wait what the rest of the day will bring. Just take a look at the S&P futures. Must be kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing here. Nasdaq as well. take a look at what the European stock market is doing. Let's take a look at the DAX. Yeah, the DAX basically is actually the same thing. So it actually started to recover since the opening, I would say. Yeah, so we opened at lows here at 8:15 in the morning, and once again we're starting to see a little bit of a recovery here as well. So just go back in time. You know, this pattern I was talking about on the stock market, on the Dow Jones, the S&P, and whatever. Look, it's the same thing here on the DAX. Look how it topped out. Let me just go a little further, but I believe, yeah, that's it. So see how the DAX actually topped out here. So the DAX topped out here at 12,885. It basically made the same pattern as the stock market in 1929 before the fall. So we kind of did this M here. I guess we're starting to do a little bit of a recovery, but like I said, guys, if this chart is valid, you know, it's not going to do much. Kind of this like here, right? So we had the top out. This was the bottom. Now we're doing kind of that W thing, or that M, or whatever. We're recovering a little bit, and I believe that we will continue to go down. Let me see if I find it here. Yeah, here it is. So this is actually where we are at. See, this is the first dump. Like we can see here, first dump, then we went up, it retraced up more, and then this here. So we kind of have this stopping out here from here to here, which is basically this here to here. Now we kind of have this M pattern. You can see it here. So we're basically around here, maybe here, and then like we can see here, according to this, we're going to dump. And if we take this into consideration, we're going to test the lows of March. So I would say maybe around this level here. I think about 80,816. That's what I would believe. So we just have to wait for it. But like I said, guys, this is yeah, these patterns, you know, it's playing out even on the DAX. That's what I'm talking about. You see this? That's what I was talking about on the DAX. And I seen it in a couple of other charts more, you know. I seen it in a couple of charts more. See this? Same pattern here. The top out, the drop, kind of this M or W formation. Let me just take you to CVINT, which is a Portuguese index. You know, kind of the same pattern here. Take a look at this. So this is the CVINT, man. So topped out, dumped, kind of making that M or W pattern here, recovering a little bit, and yeah, after that I believe the dump will continue, right? So the pattern that I was talking about, I'm starting to see it, in a lot of charts. I didn't actually check the Bitcoin market, but let's see if it adds up. I don't believe so, but I didn't compare the BTC market to this. Yeah, BTC market looks a little bit different. A little bit, a lot. I'm not seeing it, or maybe it is. Maybe this is it. It's like I said. It's a little bit different. So you see this? This was the top. Although I believe we had another top, didn't we? Or was this the one? No, this was actually the one. This was actually the top from this run. Let me just go back to be more certain about this. No, this was actually the top as well. Look, even here, it's not very similar to the stock market or to Dow Jones or whatever. So we're kind of having this M pattern as well. So we had the top here, we dropped, we went up again, we had another kind of top out here. So yeah, this, like I said, it's not very similar to the other ones, but it kind of makes sense because this was the top as well from the last dump, right? So this is the top. I guess we had to go a little bit lower, so this is kind of the M pattern or W pattern here. We're recovering a little bit, and if we should chart, if we should consider the chart, it's going down after that. Like I said, it's not very similar to what we saw in the DAX and the S&P and whatever, but it looks like it. This was a top. We went down, we had a kind of a reflexive one. This was mainly the low here, besides of that one. So we're kind of in that M pattern, a little bit of a recovery here, and then we continue to dump, like we saw on the DAX. See? Kind of the same thing, like we saw on the SPX, on the S&P futures. Look, top, down, M pattern, a little bit of a recovery. Once again, let's take a look at the CVINT. Look, these charts look actually very similar, man. I didn't even notice it until now that I'm taking a look at it. Look, the top, kind of that M pattern here, a little bit of a recovery. Man, this is incredible, man. This is really incredible, man. This is really incredible. Yeah, this is really. Let me check out the FTSE 100. What's it called here? The FTSE 100. FTSE 100 trading view. FTSA. Let me check. FTSA. FTSE, that's not it as well. FXCM. FXCM. Nope, that's not either. So what is the ticker's name, man? UK 100. UK 100. UK 100. Is this it? I would think so. Look at the pattern here as well, guys. Take a look at this. The top, dump, the M. Man, this is, like I said, guys. This, if anyone is actually taking a look at this, this is incredible, man. It's playing out on almost every market. I'm not saying everyone, because once again, the Nasdaq is in a league of its own. But you know, just this is, like I said, this is really incredible. These patterns that are showing in all stock markets, it's kind of like it is programmed to do like this. So it's man, I really can't even start to understand this, man. It's really incredible. So let me go back to the Dow, to the futures market, and once again show you all these patterns. You know, it's really incredible, man. I'm starting to see them all over the market, not just in one case, but in many cases, man. It really is incredible. Coincidence? No, guys. This can't be a fucking coincidence, man. Just take a look. Just take a look at how this is all playing out, man. This is not a coincidence, man. This can't be a coincidence. So, if this isn't a coincidence, and like I said, if the chart, if the 1929 to 1932 crash printed all this, right? If it printed all this, and we're starting to see it all over the place, I don't believe this is a coincidence. And if every single market is actually doing what this 1929 chart did, I can only conclude once again that we're going to dump. We're going to dump. We're going to test the lows here. Then we're going to have another reflexive rally, not as high according to this, but you know, like the scale is different, and the pumps and the dumps and the steepness are to the upside and to the downside are a little bit different, you know. I don't know, but that looks like it, you know. That looks like, you know, this is, like I said, this is incredible, man. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You really can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So let me see. I don't believe so, but yeah, let me take a look at the silver and the gold market and other eyes. But I don't believe we will see that on the commodities. But who the hell knows? Who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows? So let me go to at least 45 minutes to see if I find something in here. I don't believe so. Yep, we don't see that in the commodities. It would be weird to see that in the commodities. So we had kind of had this high here, but like I said, not in the commodities. In the silver market, it's not happening. But on many indices, like you're seeing, man, on many indices, well, gold actually kind of looks like it, but a little bit like it. I don't know. Because, yeah, actually this was the top, but I don't know. Maybe gold has a little bit of a similarity in here. Yeah, maybe gold has. But silver definitely not. So this is kind of the top here as well. So we had a little steep here. Steep correction, I don't know. It really doesn't look like it. Looks is similar, but silver really doesn't look like anything. Yeah, silver I believe is in a different pattern, so we're kind of in a pending formation here. So take a look at gold once again. Yeah, gold is actually also in a kind of a wedge here. Still have to see if this is a bearish or a bullish move. But yeah, I thought the pattern would be showable on the on the metals, on the commodities, but I don't believe so. So let me take a look at oil. Well, oil shouldn't be having these patterns at all. Yeah, 4 hours is too much because of the steep correction. See there? You see where the WT oil went below zero, man. It's incredible. So if you really want to tell me that there is zero chance for any market to go to zero or below zero, man, think again. WTY, I don't know. Not really. Not really. No, but once again, it really is incredible that I'm starting to find that pattern not just in a couple of markets, but in more markets. So I've seen the pattern in the PSI20, which is the Portuguese index, the DAX, which is the German index, the FTSE 100. It's there as well. So man, this like I said, man, this is incredible, man. This is really freaking incredible. So once again, if I see this pattern all over the place, why shouldn't I trust it? So, like I said, guys, this is just a little recovery, man. This is just a little bit of a recovery, and we're going straight down again, man. We're going to test all-time lows. Like I said, I don't know how long it will take. I really don't know how long it will take, but if I see these patterns all over the place, so the top out, the deep correction here, the kind of M or W pattern that is forming, you know, I have zero doubts that this will happen, and I believe it will happen today. I believe that today we will have a steeper correction, which may last, I don't know. So today is Thursday, maybe tomorrow the move is done, or maybe Monday. Who the hell knows? Everything is so fast right now. Like I said, the crash from 1939 to 1931 lasted 3 years. So, and things are playing a lot faster right now. Playing out faster a lot faster right now. So, like I said, man. Since we're on the DAX, let me just try to find out how much the DAX actually lost as well here. So we know that the Dow Jones lost 38% of its value since the first dump. So let me check what's going on right now. So all I need is the price range. So let me check out how much the DAX lost. Yeah, the DAX also lost roughly 40%. So yeah, guys, what can I tell you? In 1929, in the first crash, the Dow Jones lost 40%. And this time, the Dow Jones lost 38%. So we're seeing that the DAX lost roughly 40%. Let me take a look at PSI20. PSI20. Let me take a look how much it lost. What the hell is this? So let me take a look at how much the PSI20 lost as well. So this is the top here. Well, the event actually lost more, lost 35%. So the event is actually an underperformer. So let me take a look at the UK 100. UK 100. So yeah, yeah, but basically everybody or everything is in the same price range, I would say. So the FTSE roughly lost 34%. So yeah, there are deviations from markets to markets, but like I said, man, they're playing out the same thing, man. So that's what's going on, guys. Like I said, the correction hasn't even started yet. So the next stop, I would say, with all of this information, once again, is we're going to drop to March lows. That's what I would say, and that's what I believe. And according to the charts, I'm seeing the pattern over and over. I'm seeing the pattern everywhere, man. So I believe this is going to happen, guys. And like I said, if it's going fast, maybe it starts tomorrow and it's done next week. I don't know, or maybe it starts tomorrow, and maybe Monday. I don't know. Let's see, man. Let's see. I'm just documenting all this. I'm sharing this information with you people. So, and we will see if this is really playing out. So that's once again what I'd like to share with you guys. I'm not trying to make here some outrageous predictions. I'm just using past markets to kind of not predicting the future, because you can't predict the future. But in the stock market especially, there are patterns, man. And it looks like these patterns are playing out just like in 1929, the Great Depression. Everybody is calling this economic outfall that we're living right now bigger than the Great Depression. So if it is bigger than the Great Depression, is it so fetched out that you can compare the markets, to the 1929, 1931 crash, 1932 crash? I don't believe so, guys. So, like I said, man, many people, many economists call this the Great Depression of our time. So, what a better time to compare to the Great Depression of back in the day. So, and once again, for you out there that haven't checked it out, no, not on this one. I have to go back to the DJY because the futures market weren't around in 1929. So let me once again take you back to history lane. So it looks like everything is rhyming in here. And yeah, we're witnessing the big one. This is going to be a killer because the big to fail ones, the big to fail companies, the big to fail banks, they're not that big to fail anymore, guys, according to what I'm seeing. And I believe that many of the big to fails, they will go under, or they will be bought by the others, which has been happening. Buy pennies on the dollar. That's what happened in the Great Depression as well. I do believe that many of the guys that make their fortunes, and even before that, so they made their fortune. Companies went bankrupt, up out of business, and they bought them out. So this is what I'm talking about here, right? Stock market, the Dow Jones lost 89.58% of its market value between 1929 and 1932. So like I said, we already had the crash, that's the first part of the crash. We had the recovery. Now we're here, and what I believe is that we are going to test these lows. We're not going lower. We're going to test the lows. We're going to go up, and then a higher high, and then we're going to down to these levels here. Then we're going to have another correction, then another correction, then we're going to top out, going to test the lows again, March lows again, then we're going to take another dump. Then we're going slowly up, we're going to be topped out, then we start to slide again, and then another dump. Then you see what's going on. You see this here. This is what is going on in the market. This is what I believe, and I believe that I believe that this move will be done on November 2021. Because just according to the chart here, I believe that by the end of this year we might be hanging around here, halfway, right, or here. Who knows? Halfway, and I would say halfway would be around here. Halfway. Let's take a look at halfway of 18. Halfway through, or kind of like this, maybe here. This is kind of the halfway, right? I would say halfway through. So yeah, halfway through. So that means that in the end of the year, yeah, we could be around this level. So we could be already be in new lows. That's what I think. This could be the New Year's rally. Then another dump, continuation of dump. I don't know, guys. I'm just reporting what I'm seeing in the charts here in regards of long term. And once again, if this is going to play out, man, it's going to be incredible, man. It really is going to be incredible. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share about with you. Once again, I know I have no viewers. I guess nobody wants to listen to all this, and I do understand why. Nobody wants to tell them that the investments that you're actually been doing in crypto and the stock market and whatever is going to dust. But look, like I said, guys, I'm seeing this in the charts. I can't deny this information just because I want to be skeptic, because I can. I've seen the pattern these patterns here, that pattern here, is very apparent in many markets, man. It's at the point that you just if I didn't think it was a coincidence before, it's kind of a no-brainer now, for me at least. So that's what I wanted once again to share with you guys. So this was the market update. Let me just go back to the futures to see what's going on. Once again, I believe that what is going on right now is kind of a relief rally, and then after that we're going back. We're going back to the old. That's what I would say. I'll keep you posted if something changes, and I believe that these changes will happen today. Maybe they could be delayed one more day, so today is Thursday, maybe tomorrow, or the start could even start Monday. But I'm almost certain it will happen, just because the way it's playing out on almost every chart that I'm taking a look at. So this is my 2 cents about the market. So I'm the coin, and I'm out.